expensive.
It was time consuming. So that was kind of one of the issues that so when it got out of bankruptcy of Clementon Park, I had like 24 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
To put together pitch decks,
so
what you're gonna do with the property.
So I was on Zoom calls for an hour, trying to just get like $5,000 with every day back to back.
Oh my goodness!
And at that level of non-accredited, you're basically really bringing it down to a level so they understand it.
Right.
So our public pitch deck was normally, if you pitch it to a VC, it's probably like 30 minutes to 45 minutes, about 10 slides. But ours was...
Because they get it already.
Yeah, but ours was like a little longer because you had to walk them through. And then also the fact that it's an amusement park, it was multiple things and plans.
Yeah,
so like
COVID.
So you had a lot of things that kind of affected with the road, but you had to basically you're building trust with these individuals. And normally in these type of deals, you have 6 months plus in order to build the trust with these individuals. And I only had a couple weeks to do this, so I'm pouring out my heart and soul in these Zoom meetings for like $5,000, to $2,000, whatever the case may be, whatever they had. But I made sure that all that information was available to these individuals and be as transparent as possible.
How much were you able to raise, and basically what happened?
So we raised over $500,000 with on paper, meaning we had letters of intent and all verified with basically proof of funds, and then we had partners coming on. We had three different partners that were at a $3 million point range, and we had some people pull out the last minute. And that kind of affected our overall bid.
In the news article, it said you were looking to get like $7 million.
So yeah,
the whole project. Like,
so the whole week, so the whole 18 months, we were trying to get $7 million. We wanted to get the property under 3. They had some issues with the property. They had like 2 tax liens on it, and they had like a loan agreement for the water dam. So we knew we could get it for like under that, but our purchasing agreement had $3 million because we just wanted to get it out the gate.
Right.
The property sold for 2.4.
Right.
But yeah, we had some investors back out at the last minute. One thing I learned from that experience is just don't rush those type of deals just because you have to do due diligence.
In 30 days, it's tough.
And due diligence. You had I had people, like I said, back out the last minute.
Can you talk about like why they backed out?
Inspection. We did our final inspection that Friday before. They felt as though we had a budget in our business proposal that we needed $1.1 million to get it up and running for this year.
They thought it
was going to be more. They were still concerned about COVID. A lot of our paperwork, like we actually had to like file like partnership agreements on like that weekend, and then also try to get a lawyer to try to approve of it, and it was a lot. So
30 days. I mean,
most
people don't buy a house in 30 days.
Mind you, it all the way up to the auction where we actually delayed the auction because they were waiting on a wire from us.
Dang, that's tough.
So, because someone took a wire from us.
No.
Yeah, in our deposit. We needed $150,000 for our deposit.
Yikes.
And then I was informed on the Monday before that she didn't want to be parts of it. So I had to take money out my savings. I took like 25 out my savings, and then I had another partner come up with 125, and then we had to wire everything on the day of the auction.
Just to be able to get into the auction,
just to be able to bid.
To put the deposit down. Wow.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Hell yeah. No, because you learn. You have a blueprint. You have a framework now.
Right.
And then also, it's just the fact that time was not on our side. And I'm not saying I'm slowful, but you should do everything in decency and order. Meaning, like, there was a lot of corners cut because you had to rush, and then you also had to filter out through the people that are just being nosy.
Right.
Wasting, like, it was a lot of time, and
did you have a team?
It's a small team of us. I had an assistant helping me. She was like a virtual assistant. A friend paid her, whatever.
So you're paying out of your own pocket for all these people and all this stuff to get the bid together?
To do tours, we did walkthroughs, we did contractors, inspection. I'm thinking we're going to win this bid. I'm not going anywhere like, oh, this is a fun run.
Right.
I'm more as like, I want to acquire this park and execute on the vision that I had planned.
What's up with letters of intent, right? Like, so people tell you, "Hey, I'm good for 25 grand."
We didn't process those. I wanted to secure the property first, and I wanted to use our partner's money to acquire the property, and then I was going to process
for the rehab money. Because if you
not even rehab, and just on closing, we had the opportunity to close. So once we had the property under wraps, all we needed was 10% down. So we don't need max probably 300,000.
Oh, okay. So,
and then I was going to process everybody, and then I had a lot of people on standby saying, "Once you acquire the property, here's my K, here's my K, here's my K."
okay, so for the people listening, because I wasn't aware of how this works. So basically, what's happening here is like you need 10% down at the time if you won the bid at $3 million.
To make your purchase agreement valid, you needed that 10% earnest
so
deposit.
you would need 300 grand if
it was that $3 million.
Then you have a certain amount of time
to close,
to raise the money and close. Yeah, but it's a lot easier, I would.
But I had all money lined up prior to it with my partners. It's just the partners.
They wanted to back.
They backed out issues, and then we had some percentage issues. It was a lot. And then I had one investor say I couldn't take accredited money, meaning all the individuals that were accredited investors, because they wanted to have a larger share. It was a lot.
Dang.
Had people fall out like 50,000. No, like it was a lot.
Shoot. So how much do you think it cost you to like do everything, if you don't mind me asking?
To do like my personal pocket?
Yeah.
Probably a couple of thousand, and also, and then also the fact that we put deposits down as well. Like we was invested in as well. I took money out my savings, and
you lose your deposit?
No, you get it back.
Oh, you get it back. Okay, but you have to earmark that money for a certain period of time. Yeah. Interesting.
Just pay wire transfer. It's like $100 both ways.
Right. Yeah, okay, so it's not too bad.